Luvvie Ajayi Jones, I'm Judging You, The Do Better Manual. In I'm Judging You, The Do Better Manual, Luvvie Ajayi Jones shares her refreshingly candid perspective on various aspects of modern life, from friendship and social media to important social issues like racism and sexism. Combining humor and wit, Ajayi Jones discusses the struggles she faces and people she encounters, reflecting her call for everyone to do better. This book summary provides insights into some of the key themes explored in the book, highlighting Ajayi Jones' thoughts on dinner Scrooges, bad friends, problematic beauty standards, racism, and gender inequality.
The 3 types of dinner Scrooges. The author confesses to her habit of being chronically late as an imperfection. Although, there are other people that should also feel bad about their behavior, meet the dinner Scrooges. The dinner Scrooges are people who follow certain habits during dinner gatherings that can ruin the experience for everybody else. These habits come in 3 varieties. Firstly, some people will eat a massive amount of food and then suggest splitting the check equally. In some cases, they will even order more food to take home and make others subsidize their meals. Secondly, there are those that will scrutinize the bill, calculating exactly how much they owe. They will try to pay less by stressing how little they ate compared to the others or by being stingy when tipping. Lastly, there are the ones that will suddenly leave early, but forget to pay for their share. The author suggests having prix-fixe menus and paying cash to avoid future encounters with dinner Scrooges. The 9 types of friends you need to ditch. We've all encountered them, friends who drain our energy, test our patience, and make us question why we're still hanging out with them. The book lists 9 types of friends that you need to let go, from the competitor to the holy roller. The competitor is always trying to outdo you, the SOS pal reaches out to you only when they're in trouble, and the adventurer might get you into trouble. The Lannister is the one you can't trust, the surface friend reveals little about themselves, and the frenemy spends more time throwing shade than being supportive. The enabler never challenges you, the flake is always unreliable, and the holy roller brings disapproving attitude to every conversation. The ugly side of beauty standards. Skin lightening procedures and cosmetic surgeries have become increasingly popular in society. However, they are often tied to our messed up standards of beauty and are generally a bad idea. Luvvie Ajayi urges people to reconsider before going under the knife and emphasizes the negative impact of succumbing to societal pressures. She reminds readers that physical appearances do not define a person's character, and that beauty standards are constantly changing over time. Unpacking Racism in the U.S. Racism in the U.S. is not limited to tiki torch-carrying individuals but also present in subtle ways. The U.S. was built on the backs of black and brown people, and racism is still woven into its systems. White and Christian people enjoy privileges that others do not. Casual racist acts, committed even by those who consider themselves liberal, harm marginalized groups. Denying differences doesn't equate to equal treatment. Race matters and needs to be acknowledged. The U.S. needs to create a system that does not automatically treat young black boys like criminals. Men's responsibility to end sexual violence. Sexual violence against women in the U.S. is a pervasive problem, and men must take responsibility to change the system. The political system is dominated by men who want to regulate what women can and cannot do with their bodies, perpetuating the sense of oppression and objectification of women. Young men must be taught how to treat women with respect, and it is not the responsibility of women to prevent rape. Feminism is not about hating men, and anyone who believes in equality can be a feminist. It's time to drop the gatekeeper attitudes and work towards true gender equality. Religion as a tool of oppression. Luvvie Ajayi, a devoted Christian, examines the use of organized religion as a tool of oppression. She points out that while deadly wars were waged in the past in the name of religion, hypocrisy still exists today in the form of oppression against the gay community and racist ideals. Ajayi highlights the cherry-picking of certain rules from Leviticus, including the condemnation of homosexuality while ignoring other forbidden acts like wearing certain types of clothing or eating pork. Furthermore, she discusses the problematic portrayal of Jesus as a white man with blue eyes and highlights the promotion of polygamy and ownership of women in the Bible. Ajayi acknowledges the comfort her faith brings her while also grappling with its flaws. It was written by men. Ultimately, she calls for respect towards those who find peace in their beliefs, while acknowledging the flaws present within organized religion. Social media etiquette. Learn proper social media behavior and avoid hashtag abuse, clickbait, and other shameful internet practices with these simple steps. Hashtags can be useful tools for collecting posts related to important movements like hashtag #MeToo. However, many people are clueless or intentionally misuse them. Avoid hashtagging every word in a sentence or using meaningless words like hashtag the. Don't sandwich words with hashtags or use too many hashtags, 50 is too many, or hijack unrelated hashtags to get more views. Also, avoid using apostrophes in hashtags as it breaks the tag. But social media etiquette does not end with hashtag abuse. Creepy behavior is also rampant online. Here are some simple steps to avoid being a creep and become a better social media friend. Don't poke anyone on Facebook since it's only used by people who behave inappropriately in person. Strengthen your bullshit detectors and question everything you read online. Never trust anything written in Comic Sans font. Lastly, stop sharing personal and disturbing news on social media. No one should find out tragic news about loved ones while scrolling through their timeline, and no one should be taking selfies at a funeral. By following these simple steps, you can become a responsible and well-behaved member of the online community and avoid engaging in shameful internet practices. Online entrepreneur mistakes. Avoid these common mistakes to be a successful online entrepreneur. Using Comic Sans and AOL or Hotmail email addresses suggest a lack of trustworthiness. Don't use aggressive marketing or pompous language as it can come across as pretentious. Finally, avoid being an oversharer, as it can be a turn-off to potential customers. Follow these tips to improve your online communications and become a successful entrepreneur. The dark side of internet fame. With the rise of social media, internet fame has become more about infamy and questionable notoriety than talent and creativity. People are willing to go to desperate measures to attain this fame and often fall into 7 distinct personality types, with some resorting to lies, cheating, and stealing to get attention. Combating hate and intolerance. In her book We're Going to Need More Wine, Luvvie Ajayi addresses relevant issues such as racism, feminism, and fake news. Despite writing before the 2016 U.S. election, Ajayi's views on these topics remain just as crucial today. The aftermath of the election highlights just how important it is for us to pay attention to these issues and do better. The election showcased that 53% of white women voted for Donald Trump despite his misogynistic attitude, while 94% of black women voted for Hillary Clinton. Trump's presidency promotes a culture of hate and intolerance that we must combat by taking action. One step towards a better future is to stop telling sexist and racist jokes that perpetuate harmful stereotypes and narrow-minded attitudes. We need to start speaking up, standing up for equality, justice, and tolerance. We can also teach our children to respect diversity and recognize that everyone deserves equal respect regardless of their color, gender, sexuality, or religion. Let's do better together.
Luvvie Ajayi Jones, I'm Judging You, The Do Better Manual, is a thought-provoking and engaging exploration of uncomfortable truths hidden within everyday life. With her honest and entertaining storytelling, she tackles topics such as bad friends, beauty standards, racism, sexism, and social media challenges. It highlights the importance of reflecting on and acknowledging our own shortcomings and working towards doing better as individuals and as a society. By recognizing the problems with our current systems and societal norms, as well as finding ways to educate ourselves and others, we can strive to create a more equal and tolerant world.